Good morning, Century League, ladies and gentlemen. This is Nico, your owner, GM, and head coach of the Detroit Lions. I'm going to bring you guys your final preview of the year. It was a great season. I loved it. We're going to go through the top 8 teams, so the 2 teams that are defending their top 8 status. We're also going to go through your 5th and 6th game championship, then your 3rd and 4th game championship, then also the actual championship, which involves our commissioners, Green Bay Packers, which I think there's some Spygate thing going on with the Packers. I'm not saying it. That's what they say. I don't say that. I'm just saying I think there's probably a little bit of Spygate. I think they were spying on my team last week. Again, this is not something I'm saying. This is something they say, okay? But sorry again if I'm slurring my words a little bit. I went to a work Christmas party, and we got there about, let's say 6:30, 6:45, and it's about 3 a.m. now. So I'm going to bring you a truck review instead of a pajama review because I put my wife to bed. She was tired. It's a long party. Really cool, though. I won a vacuum. So we had a raffle at the end where they bought a whole bunch of prizes for us as a company. They gave us, bonus and stuff like that, but we got a bunch of prizes. So there was TVs, laptops, all this cool stuff, and I got picked 4th. Really cool. I got picked 4th. So I was going up there. I was going to get me a laptop, maybe, a TV, whatever. And I saw a vacuum up there. Now, you would say, why would you pick a vacuum? Well, the night before, the vacuum I bought for my wife, it broke. It's been about 2 years, it broke. She called me on the phone. She wanted me to fix it. I said, sure. But when I saw the vacuum up there, because vacuums are about $200, I said, you know what? I could probably kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I could get this vacuum for free and pocket the money. So I went up there. I grabbed the vacuum. My wife loved it. She was like, that's so cool. You gave up a laptop or TVs for vacuums. She's like, really nice. I appreciate it. So that was pretty cool. So I'm a little saucy right now. We drink a lot. So I'm going to bring you your previews, and I'll bring the highlights too. So we're going to start off right now with one game. And sorry if I'm looking down, I have some notes here. But we're going to start off with the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos finished 9th place this year, traveling to Chicago Bears. Okay, Chicago's a rough place to play, but they're going to travel there. All right. Now, the Bears came in 7th. They lost earlier on, but we're going to have Denver that finished 6 and 7, traveling to Chicago that finished 7 and 6. So let's see their matchups here. And again, Chicago, I just want to put this out there for you. You're representing our division. Stand proud. Put your head up. We need you to win. Okay? We want everybody from our division to win. We had the hardest division. I want everybody to get something from our division. So I'm rooting for you here. And mind you, I never root for Chicago, ever. But I'm rooting for you here, okay? So this game's going to come in at the Denver Broncos 87.3 projected score to Chicago's 96.7. So Chicago, you got the upper hand here. I just need you to keep it cool, and I need you to defend your top 8 spot. This is for defense of your top 8 spot in our league. Again, all 4 of our teams made it to the playoffs, the winner's bracket. Okay, we might have not won them, but I need you to defend this and win it, right? All of our teams need to win their final games in our division. So we're going to have Denver in a great matchup. They have Russell Wilson from Seattle going against Arizona. I think it's going to be a lights-out game. I think they're going to throw a lot. Wilson's going to run. It's going to be great. Now, Denver, one thing, you got Cook started. I know Monday, so I'm not sure what's going on with the injury report. I've been really busy lately, but you might want to check into that and look some stuff up. Then you got my little Cooper Kupp. I like Cooper Kupp. I think he's awesome. I know he's had some bad weeks, but it's going to be a good game I can feel for him. Then we got Tyreek Hill, also for Denver. This is going to be a hard matchup. I can see Cooper Kupp and Tyreek Hill going off. So Chicago, again, make sure that defense of yours does something. All right? On the Chicago side, again, Chicago Bears rooting for you. We got Prescott, and we also got Cooper Kupp and McLaurin. I'm looking for Cooper Kupp, actually, and Prescott to have blowout games against Philly. I think it's going to be a straight shootout. It's going to go down. That game is going to be a good game. I'm really checking out. I want to watch that game. I'm doing a 7-day work week this week, so I'm going to have to watch it from work, but whatever. That's one game that I really, really want to see. And that's that matchup. Now I'm predicting Chicago's going to win, okay? Because Chicago, again, you're representing our division. And our division was a hard division. We all went up and down the whole year. We had me at the top at the beginning. We had, I think the Giants were at the top in the middle of the season. Then the Bears. Then Green Bay won it at the end. So I really need to do this. But that's that matchup. Denver Broncos traveling to Chicago Bears. Now, for our next matchup, again, defending their top 8 spots. When I say this, I mean this. From my division, Chicago and New York, you're defending New York Giants. You're defending the top 8 spots. You got to show our division some respect, the rest of you guys in this league, especially Arizona Cardinals. I know you skipped out on one of those previews. That's fine. Next year I'm coming after you. I'm going to destroy the Arizona Cardinals next year for doing that. Also, shouts out to Pittsburgh. What's going on, man? Merry Christmas. But our next game we're going to have Oakland traveling to the New York Giants. This is going to be great. This is great for you, New York. Bash, you got this. All right? You got this. Defend this spot. Make our division look good. We've looked great, but make it look better. Defend this spot. So Oakland comes in at 5-8. Again, with Oakland, I don't think a 5-8 record actually justifies Oakland's team. I think Oakland's team was way better than 5-8. But again, you have some games that are topsy-turvy, and they finish 5-8. The New York Giants are coming in at 7-6. I think the same record that I had. The Oakland Raiders are projected to get 103.1, and the New York Giants are projected to get 125. Bash, New York, represent. Okay, I need you to take this game. 1 second, guys. I'm still drinking a little bit of beer. Tastes good. Anyways, I need you to blow this one out. 21.9 plus is what you got. But, again, Oakland does not have a team that justifies a 5-8 record. Oakland, I think, is a way better team than a 5-8 record. So you're going to have trouble with this one. You have Locke, I think. Yeah, from Denver. I like that quarterback. I have in one of my other leagues, in my dynasty leagues. I like that quarterback. And, again, they're going against Detroit. And Detroit's pass defense, run defense, everything is pretty terrible. So I can see him having about a 3-touchdown game. It's going to be a good one. Let's just say that. I could see him going off like crazy. Also, the one person that I really think is going to have a good game this week from Oakland is going to be Marlon Mack. I think Marlon Mack going against Carolina. Carolina's defense is good, but I don't think they're as good as we say they are. So I can see Marlon Mack going off. I see Marlon Mack getting, I know it's 15.13 is what his projected score is. I could actually see Marlon Mack this week going off for about 30 points. Might not happen. I'm just saying that's what I think is going to happen. And then you got Will Fuller coming back from an injury. And that's going to be a good matchup there. Now let's go to the Giants here. So, Giants, you got Deshaun Watson. I like Deshaun Watson. I think he's a great quarterback. I think he's a good runner, and I think he's one of those running quarterbacks that's going to last in the league. He's not going to be a guy who gets hindered for injuries and gets out, because I think his accuracy as a passer is just as good as his running. So I like that play. Good job, New York Giants. Also, you're going to have Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott, for me, just had like an up and down year. I don't like him as a play this week against Philly, even though I can see him going off if he gets really, really involved in the passing game. But I just don't I don't know. I'm weirded out by Elliott. But where I think you're going to do great is Landry. Now, Baltimore has a great defense. I think Jarvis Landry is going to light that defense up. If you look at a lot of Baltimore's statistics, they're not good with a person going down the middle. They're not good with that little slot receiver. Okay? They're good on the outside. They're good at the run, but they're not that good with the slot receivers. So I think Jarvis Landry's going to blow them up. I think he's going to light them up. So I think that's where you're going to match up with Marlon Mack's 30 points. I can see Jarvis Landry going off for about 25. So again, I'm giving this one to the New York Giants. I'm going to keep it. I know I'm biased. I want all the guys from my leagues to win. Chicago in the first game, and I'm going New York Giants in the second game to defend their top 8 spots. You need to defend your top 8 spots. Now, let's move on to our next one, which with my notes, okay, so we're going to have Cleveland Browns traveling. Again, home field advantage means a lot in fantasy football, right, guys? To the Kansas City Chiefs. Cleveland Browns coming in at 6-7 this season. Good job. So they came from the loser brackets, and it's pretty good. They're playing for a 5th and 6th spot. Shouts out to you, Cleveland. Then we also have Kansas City, finished 11-2. They had the best record in our league. Kansas City was amazing this year. Now, I know they choked when it comes to the playoffs. It's okay, Connor. It's all good, man. Listen, I know you get your team together next year. Records don't always matter. It matters what you do in the playoffs. I mean, we see that with Peyton Manning. He choked a lot in the playoffs. But let's break down this matchup. So this is, again, just so everybody knows, it's going to be for the 5th and 6th place championship. Okay? We have Cleveland Browns being led by Gardner Minshew. I call him the stash. Gardner Minshew. I like that guy. I think he's crazy, but I like him. And then Nicholas Chubbs. Nicholas Chubbs. I can see Nicholas Chubbs having a good game. But Gardner Minshew also. I think going against Atlanta, it's going to be an aerial game. Okay? And I think Gardner Minshew has a chance to do a lot. And I think he's going to throw some picks. But I think his yards and his touchdowns are going to outnumber it. So you'll be fine for Cleveland. Oh, and real quick, I'm sorry. The projected scores are 101 or 100.1 for Cleveland and 117.8 for Kansas City. Kansas City, you're always projected to score high. But that doesn't always turn out. So let's see what happens. 17 points is not a lot to make up. Trust me, I've done it plenty of times. But now on Kansas City side, Connor, what's up? Merry Christmas. Cleveland, Merry Christmas. Also, Connor, Merry Christmas. You got Jameis Winston. I say that name wrong every time. Winston. Jameis Winston. He's going to be playing against Houston. I think that's going to be a little difficult game, but I don't know. With this one, I don't think there's a middle road with him. I think it's either going to be a real difficult game or he's going to go off. I'm just voting towards it's going to be more difficult. Then you got Bell. I like Bell as a play this week. The running back from the Gents, Levant. His name's Le'Veon Bell. I always call him Levant Bell. I don't know why I get confused with that name, but Le'Veon Bell. Going to play his old team in Pittsburgh, I can see Le'Veon Bell going off. Just going off. I mean, you want to show them you made a mistake by not paying me. And we see that happens a lot of times. Players go off like that. So again, I'm giving this one, I want to take the upset with Cleveland. And again, Cleveland, I'm sorry. But I'm going to have to give this one to Kansas City. I think Kansas City's done losing. So I think he put his team back together, and he's going to take this one. Also, you got Devontae Adams, Kansas City. Devontae Adams, great game. I think a great game this week. Let's just put it that way. I don't think we have to talk too much about it. But Devontae Adams, I'm looking at 35 points from him. And his projected score is 17.81. Now I'm looking at about 35 points from him. And George Kittle. I mean, just a team from Kansas City is lit. I mean, wow. Right? That's our game. I'm projecting. Sorry, guys. I'm projecting that Kansas City takes this by over 17. But again, it's going to be a difficult one. If Gardner Minshew can go off, man, this could be a tough one. Okay, but again, I'm going to go with Kansas City to win the 5th and 6th place championship. So for our next game, we are going to go to, and yes, this is going to be my game. 1 second, guys. Ooh. Found this new beer type. Amazing beer. It's Bell's. It's here from Michigan. It's really, really, really good beer. I like it a lot. But anyways, let's go to our next game. This is going to be for 3rd and 4th. Again, if you guys see a trend here, we have a lot of people from my division in here. Chicago, New York Giants, Detroit, the Packers. Again, the Packers in the finals, the commission Packers. I'm not saying anything about Spygate. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's what people say. People say that maybe he was doing some spying. That's how you beat me last week. Again, that's how I'm saying that. I'm not accusing anybody, but he might have been doing some spying and he won it. Just saying, I feel a little New England vibe to him about winning this year. But again, not saying anything about it. This is what they say. I don't say this. I'm just reporting you what they're saying. He might be involved in some Spygate stuff. Let's go. Detroit, me. I come in at 7-6 this year. Just made the playoffs. And if you guys remember, I beat the best team in our league, the best record team, which was Connor. So, yeah, congrats to me. But I'm coming in at 7-6, and I'm traveling to Seattle. This is not going to be a home game for our division. So I'm traveling to Seattle, and Seattle was at 9-4. Seattle, good season this year. Shouts out to Seattle. Merry Christmas. That was nice. You had a really good season. Now, I never start my guys. I always start my guys last minute. I do it kind of for like a mental trick so people don't know who I'm playing, because I'm a guy who always looks at the matchups of the other team. I don't know if other people do that, so yeah, whatever. It's just a thing that I have. But I'm projected to get 0. Goose egg. I'm not going to get 0. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm looking at the Carson Wentz. Some reason I call him Carlos Wentz, but I know it's Carson Wentz. So Carson Wentz is going to be my quarterback. Eckler, I can see him lighting it up against Oakland. So that's going to be a pretty good matchup. And Crowder. Watch out for Crowder. Listen, Crowder, I know, has had some games here and there from the Jets. But I'm looking at Crowder having a light-up game against Pittsburgh. I think it's going to be a really good game for Crowder. Now, on the Seattle Seahawks side, we're going to have Lamar Jackson. You guys, Lamar Jackson's had a blowout season. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I don't know if he's a number 1 quarterback this year. I know he's a number 1 in rushing yards, but I don't know if he's a number 1 in passing yards. But I think overall he's like in the top 2. I have him in one of my other leagues, and yeah, great. Saquon Barkley. Seattle, I think I might get you with the Saquon Barkley play. I don't think Saquon's going to have a good week this week. I think he's going to way underperform his 19.28 scoring is what they're saying he's going to get, so basically 20 points. I don't think it's going to work, but you were really, really smart. Colt Beasley, that's a nice play for this week. That's a really nice play. When I saw you started Colt Beasley, I was like, good job, you know what you're doing. But again, with Saquon Barkley, I don't think you got it. Personally, for the 3rd and 4th place championship, I'm going to say that I predict that my Lions will pull off an upset. Was that my leather? My Lions will pull off an upset on this one, okay? And we're going to beat the Seattle Seahawks. You guys got Malcolm Moore over there, right? Malcolm Moore's from Seattle, the rapper. Yeah, at least you guys got something coming out of Seattle, because there's nothing really else except for Starbucks, but that sucks really bad. Nobody likes Starbucks. Here in Michigan where I'm at, nobody likes Starbucks. But again, Seattle, I think it's going to be a good game. Galladay against Denver, that's good too. But I still think I'm going to pull this off by about 10 points. That's my prediction. And I'm predicting that everybody so far in my division is going to win their games this week. And I'm talking to you, Chicago Bears, and I'm talking to you, New York Giants. New York Giants. Win these games. All right? So, after that, we're going to go to our final game. Our final game. This is it. This is a championship. This is for all the chips. Cheers to you guys. We have the Houston Oilers. Houston, Merry Christmas. Really, really nice season this year. At 8-5, going against the Green Bay Packers. The Commissioners, just saying, the Commissioners Green Bay Packers, who may or may not be involved in some kind of Spygate stuff. I don't know. I don't say this stuff. People say this stuff. I'm not sure if it's true. Maybe he's involved in Spygate. I just know last week, I think my team could have won. He knew what plays we were calling. Again, I'm not saying that he's involved in Spygate kind of things I'm saying that's what people say in our league. He might be involved in a Spygate. I don't know. I'm not going to, again, I don't want to talk about it too much. I'm just saying he might be involved in the Spygate. But we have the Houston Oilers traveling to Green Bay. So let's see their matchups now. We have Houston Oilers projected to score 108. We have the Green Bay Packers projected to score 105.8. This is why I don't like, excuse me guys, I don't like projected scores. I don't think they always work out. I think I read an article where the projected scores actually only work out 40% of the time. So you have 60% of the time that they actually don't work out, where the opposite team will win. So I hate going through projected scores on stuff because it never makes sense to me, okay? But let's just go down the line. For the Houston Oilers, and I'll give you my prediction at the end. For the Houston Oilers, you have Andy Dalton heading him up as quarterback. Andy Dalton. I like Andy Dalton. I don't have an issue with him. I think he's a gunslinger quarterback. I just think that the way the NFL is going right now, gunslingers who throw a lot of interceptions, it's just not their league anymore. But reverse this about 20, 30 years ago, I think Andy Dalton would have gone down as a really, really good quarterback. I get it. He slings, he throws interceptions, he fumbles, he does that kind of stuff. Whatever. He's a rock star to me. He's got it going. All right? He's a gunslinger. He reminds me of kind of a Brett Favre era kind of guy who throws a ball. He takes risks. He threads a needle. So I like Andy Dalton in this matchup. Really do. So I can see him going off. Commissioner, you got to watch out for that game. I would watch that game if I was you. Then we got McCaffrey. Again, we all know McCaffrey hasn't had the best last 2 weeks, but it's McCaffrey, bro. He's going to go off no matter what. And he's playing Indianapolis. Again, in my earlier projection, I said Marlon Mack is going to get a lot of points. I see McCaffrey doing the same thing this game. And then we have Kareem Hunt from Cleveland. Houston, I don't like that play. I don't think that's a smart play. I haven't seen who else you have on your team. So maybe it's just something you have to do. I get it. Now I'm looking. So, yeah, you have to play him. You really have no other options. I just think this week that might not be a good play. And then Hooper. I like Hooper from Atlanta. Again, I think that's going to be an aerial game with Atlanta this week. So I think Hooper's going to get those catches. He's going to get those yards, and he's going to do good for you. But unfortunately, and I mean it when I say this because I've never rooted for New York, Chicago, or the Green Bay Packers. Ever. But the Commissioner's Green Bay Packers involved in Spygate. What was that? I didn't say that. Anyways, they got Drew Brees going against Tennessee. I see Drew Brees going off. I mean, terribly going off. I see Drew Brees being the decider of this whole game, actually. And then Aaron Jones from Green Bay. Hey, Aaron Jones, people, like I've read a few articles, people give him a hard time. I think Aaron Jones is a solid running back. I have him in a lot of my other leagues, and yeah, he has some poor performances, but he gives you really good games. Like, I think it's great, and I think that's going to be one that tops off the Commissioner, too, on that one. And then we're going to look at Allen Robinson. 14.62 going against Kansas City. If you guys know anything, you know that Kansas City gives up yards. I mean, their defense is good. I'm not saying anything, but I think Allen Robinson's going to have a good game here. So I'm putting this game down, our finals, where this is our championship for the Century League, 2019 and 2020. And I hate to say this. I really hate to say this. But I'm really giving this game to the Green Bay Packers. I'm going to stay consistent. All my guys from my division, I played them. I know how they work. I think I know how they think, too. And I see Green Bay taking this over, and I see Green Bay winning the championship. Again, the Commissioner's Green Bay. Spygate, I'm not saying it's Spygate. I'm not saying he's spying on our teams and knows what we're doing. I'm just saying other people say that. Other people around the league say that. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. Who knows? I'm not going to make any accusations, okay? I'm not making accusations. I'm just saying there could be a little Spygate involved here. That's it. Just saying. All right, so that tops it off. That's it. Real quick, I want to put a challenge out to everybody in the league. We've all been playing in this league for a whole year. Most of you guys are really cool. Pretty much all you guys are cool. Nice people. I I've really enjoyed the league. I think the league was amazing this year. And I like the way the format's set up. I'm actually doing the format that the commissioner is doing in this league in one of my other leagues, in my Dynasty leagues. I like the format a lot. I think all you guys are cool. If you guys haven't added me on Facebook, or I haven't added you on Facebook, anything like that, send a friend request. Let me know. Let's talk. Let's bullshit. I think this league can be perfect and amazing next year. I hope everybody stays. I'm just going to say, Merry Christmas to everybody and a Happy New Year's. May you guys have blessed, Christmases from my family to your guys' family. I hope you guys get everything you guys wanted for Christmas. I hope your guys' families are safe and good. But also the challenge is introduce yourself. Make a short little video, a 10-minute video. Everybody in the league. Let us know who you are, whether what you do for a living or how you got into football or, anything it is. Just make a 10-minute video explaining who you are. No rules behind it, but just so we can all get to know each other. Okay? And again, Merry Christmas to everybody, man. I really hope a really, really blessed holiday for you guys and your family. I know I'm blessed with my holidays and my family. I get to see them all this year, which is cool because usually I don't, because a lot of them live out of the country and out of state. And this year I'm going to get to see everybody, so I'm really excited about it. I hope you guys have the same experience this year. And remember the 3. And this, again, I think this is going to be the last time I'm going to say this until next year. Oh, real quick. Remember, we have an off season going, so look at what's going on, picking guys up and this and that. We have a whole off season where we can trade picks and everything. But back to what I was saying. So there's 3 things that are the most important thing in life. Okay? That's your faith, that's your family, and that's fantasy football. God bless all you guys. I wish the best for you and all your families, period. Just everybody. I wish the best for you guys. All right? And I'm out.